This haunting maritime graveyard is home to the relics of 80 vessels from a bygone era. Find out why they all ended up here and where in the country I am in just a moment. In today's show, our multi-generational move to the countryside provokes some fun-loving reactions from our house buyers.
Looks like an enormous doll's house.
Is it a doll's house that you would like to play in?
But they don't lose sight of reality.
Absolutely complete.
Yeah, already. When's the first booking?
Today I'm in Gloucestershire and these are the ghostly remains of the Purton hulks. Now, during the first half of the 20th century, 80 workboats, barges and schooners were deliberately beached here at the end of their working lives to help combat tidal erosion from the River Severn. For decades, they were left abandoned and unprotected. But in recent years, archaeologists and historians have been building up a fascinating picture of their place in our maritime heritage.
Bordered by 7 other counties, Gloucestershire in the southwest of England has one of the most diverse landscapes in the country, which includes escarpments, woodlands and floodplains. It's believed this ancient county, mentioned in the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle in 1016, first became a shire back in the 10th century. Generations of writers and poets have settled here, drawn to the beauty of the region. The Stroud Valley, where writer Laurie Lee was born, is still home to many artists and craftspeople. Famous for its Norman cathedral, the county's capital city of Gloucester inspired Beatrix Potter's celebrated children's story, The Tailor of Gloucester, while the spa town of Cheltenham is known for its racecourse and impressive Regency architecture. On the county's western boundary runs the River Wye, with its spectacular gorges, and also to the west is the Royal Forest of Dean, one of Britain's largest hunting forests, with over 38 square miles of woodland. It's no surprise that this varied countryside provides fertile terrain for aspiring escapees who are seeking the natural drama of rural life.
Here in Gloucestershire, the average price of a detached home comes in at £382,000, a considerable £55,000 above the national figure. That said, head west, away from the ultra-desirable Cotswold villages and towards the more rural Forest of Dean and Welsh border areas, and you'll find your money goes just that little bit further. And today's buyers are certainly feeling that westward pull themselves as they prepare for a multi-generational move.
Aunt and niece house hunting duo Sheila and Nicki are looking for a home in Gloucestershire, as Nicki, who lives in Bournemouth, would like to live near the rest of her family who are based there.
Nicki is perhaps more like a daughter to me than a niece. It's a very close bond because we're so similar. I don't call her my daughter, of course.
No. I think there's a bit of a tradition going on with family living with family. My dad bought this massive house. My brother rented out his house and moved his family in. So we would like to carry on the sort of family tradition of living together and supporting each other when you get to that stage in life where you need help.
Looking forward to being closer to the family. As we're getting older, we want to be able to see more of them.
Event manager Nicki is moving with her partner Kevin, not only to be close to her family, but to help Aunt Sheila plus Sheila's partner David, should they need it in later life. The move is also about finding somewhere suitable to start a new business in which her Aunt Sheila wants to invest. They'd like to be self-sufficient and are leaning towards self-catering holiday lets.
I desperately wanted to run a business in the country. Sheila has always been inspired by business opportunities and wanting to achieve stuff like that.
I have for a very long time wanted to have some sort of business. We also needed to have the ability of some financial backing between us.
Yes,
you can't just start these things on a shoestring.
No.
She's also longing to return to her country roots.
I am a country girl at heart, but I've got to the point now where I definitely want to go back to the rural life that I grew up with. I can't bear being stuck in traffic jams. I just want to be able to see the trees, just have a much more relaxed life.
Sheila is showing no signs of slowing down yet. She and her partner David sing in a choral group which travels the world and have just come back from New York.
Church is very important in our lives. David will probably take up bell ringing. I want to take up sewing again, and we hope to change our lives to a much more enjoyable, simple pattern in the future.
Most of all, Nicki wants to give Aunt Sheila what she always wanted in life, a chance to live the country dream.
I mean, she's led such a fascinating life. And like me, she's very adventurous, so she's had lots of opportunities that she's just seized and done. But sense of adventure, sense of let's have a go, and it's an opportunity and not something to fear.
Our house search will focus in the Forest of Dean area in West Gloucestershire. We're taking shelter inside to discuss the finer details.
Well, Sheila and Nicki, first of all, I have to say a very warm welcome to Gloucestershire. So there's 4 people in total with this move, isn't there?
Absolutely, yes.
So I'm clear, we're looking for a home for 2 people with the potential to have Auntie and Uncle come to stay further down the line. But we're also looking for a business.
Absolutely. I feel it's about time I put an investment into some sort of business.
Well, what better than family? Someone you can trust.
Exactly, yes.
Someone you can trust. Let's touch on what it is we want from this property. Should we start off with the accommodation side first?
Well, obviously it's a home as well as a business. I would like there to be at least 3 bedrooms. I've always wanted to have a lovely large kitchen. A lovely big range would be fantastic, because we do love to cook, don't we?
Would you like a period property or something quite new?
I think so, period property.
Period property. And then what are we thinking when it comes to the business?
I think it would be really lovely if we could find somewhere that has annexes or outbuildings that can be converted to some really smart self-catering units.
Any other requirements for this move?
Well, we love gardening,
Yes, we do.
so I would love to have a bit of land.
So we are after quite a lot, aren't we? So we do need this wonderful family home for you, Kev, and the family to come to stay. Remind me how much we've got to spend with this move, our top budget.
We're talking about £500,000.
Okay.
So if it ticked every single box, we could probably go another 50, maybe 100.
So £600,000 if the property is perfect. Well, I am very much looking forward to showing you both the properties that we've selected. It is a trifle damp out there today, but it's not going to dampen our spirits, is it, ladies?
No, we're waterproof.
We are waterproof. I like that, Sheila. Should we get started?
Yes,
Come on then.
absolutely.
Sheila and Nicki have set down a maximum budget of £600,000. For that, they would like a 3-bedroom detached period property with a large kitchen. An annex for holidays or land with potential is important, along with the church community close by. We've cherry-picked 3 very different propositions for them to view, but they'll only discover the price at the end of each tour. Finally, our mystery house will challenge them to rethink their wish list and keep it simple.
Now, have you ever run a business before, like a B&B or a holiday let?
I helped my mother run their home as a B&B 25, 30 years ago. So, and I've worked in hotels and restaurants, part-time and full-time all my life. So
Perfect.
I've got the skills,
Yes.
so it won't be an issue.
Who is going to have the final say?
I would imagine it would be the purse string holder.
I think I probably will, but I need to know that the other 3 are perfectly happy with it.
We're starting our house hunt 7 miles away from Nicki and Sheila's extended family in the village of Bream. With far-reaching views over the Forest of Dean, the village lays claim to having once been the largest village in Gloucestershire and started life as a mining settlement. There are shops, pubs and restaurants in the high street, as well as a church dating back to the 16th century, so a ready-made community for Sheila and David. Our first house is handsome, even in the rain.
Ladies, may I present our first property?
Wow.
This is a former mine workers' cottage. Because it was that end part there. So that dates back to about the 1870s, and then over the years this has been extended.
Blended it well,
so
haven't
it's
they?
old and new.
Yeah.
Oh, they've done a good job.
Interesting.
Lovely.
Very interesting.
So on first glance, what do you think?
And they've hit the spot with
Picturesque,
attractive, yeah.
attractive,
The sort of
yes.
things we like, definitely.
That's very reassuring to hear. So we'll take a look inside.
Okay.
Do you want to follow me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Built in the 1870s, this former one-bedroom cottage has been sympathetically upsized by the current owners, effectively doubling the footprint.
So shall we start off with our country kitchen? Is that big
Lovely.
enough?
Yeah,
Big enough?
that's big enough. Yeah, lovely.
Is that
So you've got a range.
a range?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've also got a utility room, sort of storage room next door, and a downstairs cloakroom as well.
Excellent. Lovely. Yes.
Is this kitchen to your liking?
Yes, it's lovely. No, it's
Very, very
really
much.
spacious.
That's our cup of tea.
Is it?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Oh, listen to this.
It has great potential.
Yes, that's a great word as well, isn't it? Let's see if that potential continues. If you'd like to follow me.
Along with the kitchen, the extension includes a study where the oak beams are a current theme. The flagstone floor continues into the entrance hall. There's also a boot room and WC.
And then right at the end, this is the oldest part, you've actually got the sitting room
Right.
with a fire right at the very, very end.
Wood burner.
Yeah.
I love a wood burner. That's a definite plus.
But you have
Excellent.
underfloor heating throughout
Really?
the house.
Really?
Oh, wow,
Which
okay.
is quite unusual, isn't
Yes.
It is indeed.
it? Yeah. Are we getting a feeling of homeliness, of warmth?
Yes.
Oh, yes, it's
Yes.
very homely because, you know, you can tell it's been well lived in and...
Shall we pop upstairs and then we can talk about business
Right, let's.
options?
Cool.
Nicki and Sheila seem to be falling for this cottage's character and charm. We'll explore upstairs where at the far end of the landing is an original bedroom with a feature fireplace and an old exposed stone wall. The new extension added 3 more double bedrooms, all with oak beams. The family bathroom has a freestanding roll-top bath. Next, let's find out what they make of the largest of the 4 bedrooms on offer here.
And this is the master bedroom with a rather generous ensuite as well.
It's huge.
And this is the extended part of the
That's right.
building.
Yeah. No, it's lovely. Really nice. It's a massive space.
You like it?
Very much. I like the windows, and you do get a certain amount of light in.
Most 3-bedroom properties wouldn't have a bedroom of this size, would they?
No, definitely not.
Because of the extension.
Yes.
It
Yes.
gives you that size. So let's head outside. I know the land is important to the two of you.
It is, very
and
much so.
I wonder if there's any other options out there that I need to show you. Have I got anything else up my sleeve? We'll have to
see.
see.
Outside, there's a south-facing patio and well-established mature gardens. For what was once a tiny cottage, there's a surprising amount of land with 2 acres for potential glampers.
So walking down this slight slope, we find the garden, and then at the end of the garden, we have this rather large paddock. To the side of us, we've got an unusual building, and it's a music room. It's currently rented out, so there's a little bit of income that comes from that every week. And then, as you can see, we've got a stable block here. And then at the top of the hill, we've got an additional stable block. But if you wanted to keep chickens, pigs, perhaps the odd goat, then we've probably got enough for a small holding, haven't we?
Yes.
Really lovely.
Enough of a garden for the two of you?
Definitely.
I think so. Yes,
Yeah.
just
Yep.
about.
Don't want to take on too much now that I've seen the outside.
I can see the potential for converting the old barn and the music room into holiday lets.
You could do.
Yeah.
So, we've got to work out how much our first property is on the market for.
I'm not very sure about this, but I think I would put it at 550,000.
Now, I'm going to go less. Say 495.
Sheila is practically on the money. The asking price is £549,000.
How about that?
Well done.
Mull that over, that asking price in your minds,
Yeah.
while you take another look around. There's a lot to see.
OK,
I think you
let's
should.
go.
See you later.
OK,
All right.
Keep that umbrella.
This detached former miner's cottage is £50,000 under budget. A 10-minute drive from the rest of Nicki and Sheila's family, it's big enough to accommodate both generations. With 2 acres of land, there's plenty of scope to convert our buildings for self-catering holidays and enough space for glampers.
The house itself is quite special. There are enough bedrooms for the business to be in the property itself. It has character. I like the look of it. It's in a situation which I like as well.
I see a lot of potential in the business line for this. You could go down the glamping route, convert the stable block into showers and a kitchen, or you could convert the stable block into a self-catering unit. You could do B&B. So I like the fact there's lots of options. Options is always good.
I feel a little guilty bringing you back out in this rain, but you've had a lot of time to have a good look around,
Yes,
work
we
out
have.
business
Yes.
potential.
Definitely.
Yes.
It's very interesting. The business potential is interesting, and we both like the house very much.
Lovely.
Mm.
And this is just our first one.
I know.
Yes.
Can't wait to see what's next.
Let's see how we get on.
Gloucestershire's diverse landscape, with its ancient woodland and grass-covered chalk and limestone hills, helps sustain a wide variety of wildlife in the area. We've sent Sheila and Nicki, who's always wanted to try her hand at falconry, to the International Centre for Birds of Prey in Newent. They've come to see owner Jemima Parry-Jones, who's dedicated her life to the conservation of birds of prey. The centre was started in 1967 by Jemima's father as a zoo to help conserve these different species of raptors, including eagles, falcons, hawks and several owls.
I was born and brought up with birds of prey, and apparently this is all I really wanted to do.
How many species and numbers of birds do you have here?
We've got about 75 to 80 species, normally around 230 birds. We take in anything between 50 and 100 injured wild birds of prey every year. Since the year 2000, I've been working hugely in vulture conservation, vultures right the way across the world. So we are teaching in India, Nepal, South Africa, and in Bulgaria, all on vulture conservation, using the experience we have here for captive breeding, because we lead the world in the captive breeding field. So we've just started a little owl nest box scheme in Herefordshire and Gloucestershire cider apple orchards, which is great.
Excellent.
Studying the birds' behaviour helps identify their vulnerabilities in the wild. Those which can't be released back into their natural habitat are used for education and captive breeding projects for the rarer species.
Now, I can't offer you to fly this bird, but we do have a couple of birds if you would like to fly one.
Oh, that would be
yeah.
super, wouldn't
Always
it?
wanted
Yes,
to have a go at that. That'd be really good.
absolutely.
If we go down to the flying ground this way.
Once a popular medieval hunting sport, birds flown here today are used to demonstrate natural behaviours to visitors, as well as the different flying methods and techniques used for each species. Nicki and Sheila are meeting Holly Cale, who's going to show them how to fly a kestrel called Greaves.
So how long does it take to train a bird?
It depends a little bit on the species. Some of the bigger birds take a little bit longer. Someone like Greaves here, probably 2 or 3 weeks to get her flying loose. We've got some gloves, so we'll get you set up and we'll have her fly.
Brilliant, can't wait.
You're going to pop your glove up for me, and I'm going to see if she would like to come. Here she comes. Good girl. And then she's going to turn around, she's going to go back to Pippa. Should we swap over?
Yes.
Nicki, do you want to have a go? She would happily do this all day long as well. She'll just go back and forth.
The committed work of the centre showcases the impressive variety and importance of British bird life. Having experienced it up close, it's time to return to our house hunt. The next property is situated just outside Coleford, under a 10-minute drive from Nicki and Sheila's family. Situated in the Forest of Dean, the historic market town of Coleford was first described as a street in 1346 and didn't become a market town until 1642. During the Middle Ages, it was known for iron production, and in 1812, a tram road opened to link the mines to the forest. Now the mines are closed, the town is popular with walkers and cyclists. There are plenty of shops, including a bakery and greengrocer, all just a short woodland walk away from our second proposition.
Right, ladies, something completely different. Our next property.
Very different.
Looks like a doll's house.
Yeah.
An enormous doll's house.
Is it a doll's house that you would like to play in?
Yes, I mean, it's an attractive doll's house, that's fine.
Because it's raining, we'll go into the house where it's a tad warmer.
That's great.
Let's go.
This cottage, with its sweeping driveway and plenty of parking, was first modernised 30 years ago. The original part of the building dates back 400 years. The present owners added an extension, creating a spacious kitchen, which is where we're starting our tour, especially as both ladies love to cook.
Now, as you walk in, this property has definitely benefited from this large extension, hasn't it?
It has, yes.
I've always liked sofas and relaxing areas in kitchens.
Yeah. So you've got the kitchen here with that wonderful exposed stone. That would have been the outside wall.
The light is much better here. I really like the central aisle there. Good working surface in a
Yes.
kitchen. Very handy.
Yeah, I agree. And as you walk through the door, you've got the downstairs cloakroom and the sort of utility
Very useful.
just off here, which is always great. But I get a sense that when you stand in here, you think this is it. This is all there is to the house.
Yes, yes. I can understand that,
Yeah.
yes.
But of course there is more.
This light and airy kitchen has more than enough space for their family gatherings. At the other end of the new hallway, the sitting room in the older part is far enough away to give some separation should our couples need it.
Lovely. That's lovely.
Stone.
Yeah, do you like the exposed stone?
Oh,
Yes, love it.
We love stone.
With your wood burner.
Yeah.
Very good.
But then you also have this room, which is quite interesting. Now, this used to be 2 rooms, and we have the beams. Anything else in here that catches your eye?
Are these this is the older part of the house?
Yes, yeah, this
So-
dates back a lot, 400 years. It feels old, doesn't it?
Yes, but it feels cosy.
So far, so good, which will hopefully continue upstairs. In the older part of the cottage are 2 double bedrooms, one with an exposed stone wall. There's also the family bathroom with a freestanding roll-top bath, tiled floor and underfloor heating. However, I have a feeling the ladies may need to draw straws for the master bedroom at the other end of the hallway, where I'm taking them next.
Now, ladies, I don't want to start a fight. Who would have the master bedroom?
Well, I suppose it depends who is the master when the time comes.
It is huge.
It's
Yes,
splendid,
very
isn't it?
nice.
Yeah, I've never had such a
So-
huge bedroom.
Who wouldn't like it?
Yeah.
And it has a very generous ensuite as well. Do you like the roll top, do you?
Yes, yes, because they're old-fashioned.
Beautiful.
Or traditional, I should
Elegant.
say. Yes.
But overall, we're liking this property?
Yes. There's space, there's light, and there's potential, as you say, for another bedroom. I'm interested to see what you are going to show us outside.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we have outside for you.
I think they'll be pleased, for out here there's a separate, well-decorated 1-bedroom annex which could easily be extended into the garage. On top of that, the grounds include an enchanting private wood, perfect for glamping. It backs onto Puzzle Wood, an ancient woodland site and tourist attraction which should draw in holiday makers should our buyers pursue this route for their new business. All that's left is to discover the price.
I'm not sure about this one, but I think 500,000.
I'm going to go lower than Auntie Sheila again, and I'm going to say 495.
OK, all right. Well, I think you're both going to be delighted because they are looking for offers in excess of £450,000.
Wow.
Excellent. That's more like it.
Attractive?
Yes, very, very. The banker's pleased.
The banker's pleased. So you can go and do your sums, have another look around.
Yes, that would
Okay.
be lovely.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thanks
you.
a lot.
Now that is the reaction that we were after. Well under their budget, plenty of potential. It's not perfect yet, but it is a stunning property, and those business opportunities, if you get it right, are plentiful.
This detached character cottage with fabulous kitchen, dining and family room is a substantial £150,000 under budget. It leaves plenty of change to potentially transform it into a dream home and a holiday letting business for our buyers, all wrapped in a woodland setting.
The garden's a blank canvas, so you could do lots with it. Lots of potential for me to landscape, make little sort of secret hideaways for if I wanted to put some shepherd huts around the place. So there's lots of different opportunities here, and I like that, yes.
It has some very special features. We could do quite a lot with it, get our brains together and see the possibilities.
So I think there we have a great property, great potential and a great price.
Absolutely. Yes.
Should we finish on a high?
Definitely.
Yes, let's.
It's the second day of our house hunt in the Gloucestershire countryside in search of a new home and business for Sheila and her niece Nicki, who have a budget of £600,000. Coming up, the mystery house has great spaces which could provide something for everyone.
Lovely.
I'm just going to live in here.
And I visit a classic country home.
When you think of a Cotswold Manor house, that's what you have in mind, isn't it? Yesterday, well, what can I say? It seems it didn't stop raining once, but that didn't deter us in our quest to find Nicki, Sheila and their partners that perfect family home with business potential and hopefully financial rewards. We did well, but I don't feel we quite cracked it. So today, will our mystery house, which brings in the bucks but not the acres, fit the bill? Let's go and find out.
Our mystery property is situated in Newland, 4 miles away from the rest of Nicki and Sheila's family. This attractive village sits in the Wye Valley, an area of outstanding natural beauty. It grew up around All Saints Church, known locally as the Cathedral of the Forest, which sits in the heart of the village and has an active church community. So, good news for Sheila. Opposite the church is an award-winning pub, both only a 5-minute walk from our mystery offering.
Now, I wonder, ladies, have we left the best till last with our mystery house?
How about that?
Wow.
Lovely shape.
Good aspect.
It is a former stable block. It was attached to the large house of the village. Very appealing. And next door to this, you have...
An annex.
Yes, an annex.
Well, I'm going to call it a holiday let.
Yes.
Holiday let.
Because this is all about income.
Yes.
Yes,
Isn't
yes,
it?
absolutely.
Really, really lovely.
And a brook
Yes.
bubbling.
Yes, that's lovely. Perfect. Always
Valley-
wanted to live by a stream.
This traditional stone-built coach house already has the ladies brimming with enthusiasm, and that's before they've seen the business, which already turns over £10,000 a year.
So we have a 1-bedroom holiday let apartment.
Absolutely complete, isn't
Yeah,
it?
already. When's the first booking?
Last year they rented it out for 251 days of the year.
Wow, that's quite good, isn't it?
A good income coming in, isn't it? And it's only a one bedroom.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so you could still have time, if you wanted to do other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brilliant.
This is, without doubt, their best reaction yet. I can't wait to see what they think of the interior of the mystery house. Originally a traditional brick and timber coach house, the layout of this mystery proposition could be easily divided into separate living areas with very little work. I'm taking them in via the main hallway.
Wow.
I like this. It's lovely.
Very nice. Lovely fireplace too.
Yeah.
Warm and inviting.
Cosy.
Very. Yes.
But if you went the other side, you have the most incredible dining room. It's at least double the size of this.
Wow.
Huge. And then off that, there's a study with a downstairs cloakroom. So just fast forwarding, in the future, convert the study into a downstairs bedroom, and then you've got half the house to yourself.
Good heavens, yes.
Great.
So it's great.
Yeah.
And I've still got a little bit more up my sleeve.
Have you?
Kitchens are important for you ladies.
Yeah, look.
You're looking, aren't you? What's up here? Let's go and find out, shall we? Come on.
Okay.
Please.
As well as the sitting room and dining room, there's also a snug and a large utility area.
So I've taken us through the utility room,
There's a range.
and then you come into here, and here's your kitchen.
Beautiful. Lovely.
I'm just going to live in here.
It's lovely. I mean, it's a different shape than the other kitchens, but it is still spacious in its own way.
Yeah. So this is where I need your imagination to work.
Okay.
Oh, it's going absolutely. Yeah.
9 to the dozen.
Yes.
We have a huge master bedroom with an ensuite, plus up this staircase, a separate little sitting room.
Yes.
So if you locked that door from the utility room to here, this could be your domain.
Right.
Access to the other end of the property, leading from the main reception hall, there are 3 further double bedrooms upstairs and a family bathroom, which could possibly be converted into an additional self-catering holiday let.
But the option for both of you in the back of your minds, should the time come when you would like to move in, you have one half of the house yourself,
Yeah.
which would be lovely, wouldn't
Yes.
Brilliant.
My hopes are high with their reactions so far, but it remains to be seen if they'll compromise on the size of the garden.
it? So, standing here, we've crossed the bridge, looking back at your coach house. What do you think of this vista?
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful.
It's outstanding.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Couldn't have asked for a better location.
So, of course, the Mystery House has to have something going on, doesn't it? It has all this wonder, it has all this splendour and opportunity, but it only has about 1/3 of an acre. But we feel that the merits of the Mystery House are really worth it. They outweigh the negatives.
Most
Yes,
definitely.
I think they do.
For the final time now, what do we think this is on the market for?
Well, it's got to be, I think, right up to the top of our budget. I'm going to say 600.
£600,000.
I always go less, so I'm going to go 580.
The asking price is £550,000.
Wow.
No.
Wow. There you go.
Oh.
Well, I
Can we live
suppose-
without the
yeah.
land?
Yes,
Yes,
I think
definitely
we
live
can.
without the land.
I think we can. We'll find a way.
Well, with all the work that's going to be generated by this property, I won't have time to worry
To
about
worry
land.
about-
Have another look around.
Yes.
And then come and find me when you're ready.
Right.
All right.
Okay, my dear, yes.
Go on.
Give me
It's
a hand,
yours. Go and explore.
A tantalising £50,000 under budget, this impeccable mystery house with its versatile living spaces already has one successful up-and-running holiday-let business. It also puts them close to extended family and a church community. The big question is whether they're happy to give up the land.
Oh, this is a good size,
It's
isn't it?
lovely size. Right, I'm going to stake a claim on this one then.
All right.
Okay. It'll be mine.
You're all right. Yeah. Might give you that.
The Mystery House has really blown me away. Even though there's a little bit less land than we expected, that is not a problem because everything else is so amazing.
I think it's fantastic. It's absolutely everything that we could have put together in our minds. The opportunities, what's already here is so perfect. We'll make such a go of it, I'm sure.
Final property, and what a final reaction. Wow, you loved it.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Yes?
Knew that when we first came.
Yeah.
There was a special feeling about
Was there?
this place.
You just knew, did you,
Yes.
Sheila? Well, I know there's two other people we've got to keep happy, the boys.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you make a few calls to them, and then we should sit down and have a chat and really find out what's going to happen next.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Oh, yes.
The Cotswolds, with its gorgeous honey-coloured towns and villages, is full of hidden architectural treasures. Not far from Stroud is one such gem, Owlpen Manor, a quintessential Cotswold Tudor manor house, standing at the head of a valley. Construction on the house first began in 1450 and was completed in 1660. It fell into disrepair in 1850 and lay undisturbed for almost an entire century. For the past 40 years, it's been the family home of Sir Nicholas and Lady Karen Mander and their family, the first to be brought up here since 1719.
Thank you for inviting us to your stunning home. I mean, that really is incredible. When you think of a Cotswold manor house, that's what you have in mind, isn't it?
Well, people do say it's the epitome of the Cotswolds somehow. It represents the stone architecture, the Tudor tradition.
So what state was the manor house in when you first saw it?
Well, it was beginning to get a bit distressed. Our predecessor had done work in the 60s, but it was a bad age for conservation architecture. So we had to undo a lot of things that had been done and put it back in a way. And it was a bit of a sleeping beauty through the 19th century. A lot of Tudor houses, where they have survived, it's because they were left and ivy grew over the house. And of course, it's a remote valley anyway, so people just forgot about it.
It wasn't until the house was bought for £3,200 by the architect Norman Jewson in 1925 that its future was secured. Jewson was part of the arts and crafts movement, which began in Britain in 1880, advocating a return to a traditional decorative crafts ethos.
Algernon and Charles Swinburne described Owlpen as a paradise incomparable on earth. It was a sort of icon of all that they stood for. And they were really wanting to save houses like this, which exemplified the English tradition, its Englishness.
What better example of that can you get than the glorious grounds at Owlpen, considered to be the earliest surviving domestic garden in England?
There really wasn't a garden when we came here, just those wonderful yews, known as the yew arbour, probably planted in the early 17th century. And with our own hands, we planted every single bush, tree.
And how large is the garden itself?
Well, the formal historic listed garden around the house is only half an acre. So it's really no bigger than a lot of suburban gardens.
As you glance, you see the flowers, you see the box hedges, just glimpses of other gardens within.
Victorian novelist and garden designer Vita Sackville-West based a huge rotunda in her famous Sissinghurst garden in Kent on Owlpens, which she called a dream among dark secret rooms of yew, hiding in the slope of the valley.
And another famous visitor was Gertrude Jekyll, who drew the garden in very great detail with plans and sections and elevations. And it was quite an inspiration to that arts and crafts movement, garden design.
We're heading inside to see the chamber where King Henry VI's wife, Margaret of Anjou, the Queen of England, slept. She stayed here on her way to the Battle of Tewkesbury in May 1471, where her only son, Edward of Westminster, Prince of Wales, was killed. Her ghost is said to make a regular appearance.
What's so special about this room?
Well, firstly, it's associated with the visit of Queen Margaret of Anjou, and she's supposed to have a longing to come back here. And if we walk very carefully up the stairs, sometimes people find her slumbering in this room.
Really? So it has a reputation for being haunted?
It does. The house is supposed to have at least 4 spooks living in various parts of it.
Another unique part of Owlpen are these wall cloths, painted many centuries ago. Once a common form of decoration, cheaper than tapestries, they're believed to be the only surviving complete set left in a house in England.
Looking and walking around the house, you can see it's been a labour of love for you, your family. I mean, do you look out to those gardens and just pinch yourself and just think, it has been worth it?
We do think every day how lucky we are.
Lucky indeed. It's easy to see why Owlpen's been called the most beautiful place in England.
When I first met Sheila and Nicki, I wondered whether we could accommodate all their desires and requests with this move to Gloucestershire. So I wonder, how have we got on? Let's find out. Well, Nicki and Sheila, it's been a real experience showing you around the county, and I'm wondering, have we found that perfect home?
Well, if you're asking me as the banker, it's the mystery house.
Yeah, the mystery house.
Because I can't believe that we would ever find anything that I would like so much.
Oh.
And I just hope I don't find anything that's going to make it not right. And because I think it'd be perfect for Nicki. It's what I've wanted to do for her for many years. And I think for the boys as well, that...
Can I stop? Because I'm crying. Sorry. I don't want to cry.
Well, I've got tears in my eyes.
But that's what happens, isn't it? You know, when you find that home.
But yeah, I loved it. The mystery house was perfect for me.
We're absolutely amazed how you've managed to find what for us seems to be perfect.
So, ladies, where do we go from here? What is the next step going to be?
Well, as soon as Kev and I can get together, we'll go and have a look at the mystery house and the second house. But obviously the mystery house is the one that I hope he likes as much as we do.
And we've already spoken to the vendor, and there's no chain, so there's no, there should be no hold up in that direction.
Which is great.
Which is great.
Splendid. We have so enjoyed taking you both around this county.
And is it too soon to say that I hope you'll all come and visit us?
It's not too soon at all. Not too soon at all. We'll be coming to see you, rest assured.
Thank you. Thank you.
The last few days have been a real experience for me, seeing how one family are planning their future together, each generation living and working side by side. And for Nicki, Sheila and their partners, it seems the mystery house can give them the financial security that they crave, but also, and most importantly, allow them to be one happy family living under one gorgeous mystery roof. I'll see you again soon on Escape to the Country.
If you would like to escape to the country in England, Northern Ireland, Scotland or Wales and would like our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/Be On A Show.